All right, everyone, welcome down to your gay bar. We are here with Dragging Our Heels to announce our nominees for the Stiletto Awards 2017. Please welcome, joining me from Dragging Our Heels, we have Knight and David, and we also have Miss Evolution 1 and Miss Evolution 2, Rosell, Kristina, and Twiggy.
Hi! Hi! Hello!
Welcome down, everyone. Are we excited about this year's Stiletto Awards?
Yes! Yes, Queen, yes!
Let's get things started with Best Breakthrough Performer. This is the performer who has wowed us all the most in this last year. Of course, 2015's winner was Lourdes Mary Virgin, 2016 Davina Die For. David, who do you think is going to be this year's Breakthrough Performer?
I would really love to see one of my cherry poppers take Breakthrough Performer this year. We had a cherry popping show. I'd love to see My Addiction. We've seen a lot of My Addiction now working at Evolution, and we see her in face and out of face. So I'd love to see Maya.
I'm a little biased. Lilith birthed far too many children last year, but the one that I honestly think really, from her very first performance, was absolutely amazing, was my dear sister, Beyonce.
Rosa?
I would like to see Secretia Minora on that list. She brought in a lot of new things that the old homicidals have brought in with a new twist. And yeah, she is amazing, such a nice person, and she brought a lot of shit on the table.
Excellent. Hashtag BioQueen.
Yes!
I'd like, for Breakthrough Performer, someone who had really bad hair to begin with and has really good hair now, Gyna.
Yay!
And that has nothing to do with the fact that Novagina is working the camera.
No.
All right, well, the nominees for Best Breakthrough Performer are Can You Do It, Heidi Do, Secretia Minora, Eden Past, Kat Marlowe, and Science Fair. All right, we're going to talk about Best Host. Hosting is a very important part of the show, of course. With a bad host can sink a very good show, and a good host can carry a weaker show. So let's start with David and talk about Best Host.
Alright. Well, one of my picks is sitting here on the couches, and that's Twiggy.
Oh!
Twiggy, you're just amazing as a host. There's no lying about it. Well, if Rob hadn't pulled himself out of stilettos, we could nominate Rob, but he said no. So that is a thing. And you always get to nominate Lilith for stuff. I'm going to nominate Lilith for Best Host as well in this one, so.
There you go.
I have made no secret over the past 3 years of my talking about the Stiletto Awards. I do believe that you are the best host that this town has to offer, and I know you're not going to allow yourself to win, but anyway. I also think Vanity does a great job. I loved when Vanity and Binky would perform together. They bounce off each other so well. But I mean, Vanity is wonderful on her own as well. Yeah, no, I have nothing but good things to say about Vanity Fair.
Rosa?
I agree with the Vanity Fair, and also in the same level with the Fair, Lilith Fair. Yes, Lilith Fair. She takes a little thing, makes it big, joke out of it, and it just carries the show.
I like Chelsea Horrendous when she does bingo. When she hosts bingo, because there's never a dull moment. And that's hosting. It's still a host gig. I agree with Lilith as well. Terry Stevens in Calgary can really host a great show. I know she won't be nominated.
This is Edmonton Drive.
This is Edmonton Drive, but Terry is a great host.
She
is a lot of fun. Vanity, yes, definitely can carry a whole evening. So yeah, there's quite a few I can think of.
Just quickly, most improved host, I would say JVR. I really think he's come a long way.
Yeah, definitely. He's not so scared.
Yeah, he's far more at ease on the mic. I think he does great.
Well, your nominees for Best Host are Secretia Minora, John Benet Ramsey, Vanity Fair, Sister Mary Clarence, who was last year's winner, and me. I'm letting myself stand.
Oh, there you go. So you accept a nomination. You will accept votes too?
Well,
Maybe.
He technically accepted the nomination last year too.
it's nice to win, even if I don't win. Nominees for Best Duet or Group Performance are from the Kings and Queens show, Bye Bye Bye.
Yes. Bye bye.
Homecoming Queen Has a Gun.
Oh.
The Spice Girls. Goblin and Secretia's Scream.
Oh, that was...
Homicidal presents Cats. I'm Shelley Duvall.
Hello.
Sister Mary Clarence and Charity Case Bronx Beat. Vanity and Tequila, the Chicago finale. The House of Destiny's Royal Rumble. And the Imperial Southern Court of the Wild Roses Little Shop of Horrors.
Yay.
All right, we're going to talk drag mentor now. Of course, that's something that I think Evolution has prided ourselves on right from when we started our Sunday reviews a couple years ago, is introducing new talent and mentoring them as performers in the city. And I think we've succeeded at that. And obviously, it's very important that we have individuals that help nurture those people on. So Twiggy, of course, was our first drag mentor winner. And last year's drag mentor winner was Vanity Fair. Let's start with Twiggy as a previous drag mentor, and you can talk about who you think is drag mentor worthy.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think
You can say yourself.
Between me and Vanity, we both do that. We both kind of help further the girls' careers or help them out, point them in the right direction and things. I don't know if there's anyone really mentoring. Bambi could be a drag mentor for cherry popping. Lilith and the Homicidal Girls can mentor new kids, but I don't really, no one sticks out in my head.
As of last
right
night,
now.
the House of Homicidal has 8 kids.
Yes, as of last night.
Who's the name of it?
Has 8 kids.
Milo Menorah.
Oh, I knew she was a daughter, but is she in the house?
She's not homicidal.
Yeah.
She's in the Children of Homicidal.
Oh, the homicidal spawn.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Rosell?
I can't think of individuals, but I think the groups that have come out, Homicidals, Queens of the Orient, including Evo Girls from the past, and of course the Court Queens. They bring each of those groups have different looks, different performance, and things they bring in, and of course a lot of the newer queens, I would say, have taken pieces of those and improved themselves by that.
Yeah.
Steven?
Someone who I have gotten to know a little bit this year, and I have really seen what she has been able to do for some other queens that I know, is Mia Fellow. I got ready at my last performance, I got ready at her house, and she was unbelievable. She was constantly coming in and giving me tips and giving me little things, and it was great. The other one that I really want to talk about is Ruby Hyman. Just with what she does with all of her costuming and how much she has helped, even her household, the amount that she has helped people has been absolutely incredible.
And Mr. Dextrous?
I would like to say Spooky Queen herself, Chelsea Horrendous.
Oh yeah.
She can be.
Yeah, I agree.
She's so lovely when you get to know her underneath all the spook and the makeup. She's quite lovely, and she will be the first one to help you out with any new queen questions or any new queen problems you may have. Go to her. She's so welcoming, and we love that.
Yeah.
I'd also like to give some shout outs to Big Daddy Pump and Jim McBride, who have also done a lot of drag mentoring, not just in the past year, but just ongoing.
For sure. Just stuff, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But the nominees for drag mentor are Twiggy, Vanity Fair, Sister Mary Clarence,
Oh, Mary.
Ruby Hyman, and Mia Fellow. For Best Individual Drag Supporter are Eloy, KnightandDavid, Big Daddy, Harvey Steele, and Tara, who was part of the first Stiletto Awards, Anna Diana Tara. Our guests are formerly of Calgary, now of Vancouver, Misty Meadows, Calgary's Terra Extravaganza, Calgary's Visa Decline, Calgary's Electrocute, and everybody's favorite porn director, Shishi LaRue.
Yay!
Now, best costumes. This is an overall thing. Who had the best outfits and presentation and everything, as far as the best dress goes. 2015's was, of course, Tiara Manila. 2016's Tiara Masu. The city is now very Tiara absent. So let's see who you think are the nominees. Stephen, why don't we start with you?
Well, according to that tradition, it should be Lilith Fair. Because if the Anne's winner wins the next year. And actually, I mean, again, when you look at the costumes that she had for Anne's last year, like, my God, that dress where Corey was hiding underneath her, like, unbelievable. Again, from Anne's, Go Fetch. Just amazing. I mean, she's great every time, but I mean, she really pulled it out during the Anne's competition, I thought.
I agree with you fully about Go-Go and Lilith, for sure. Mel Tricks. She'll do a full body paint, she'll do a skin-tight leather suit or whatever. She will pull out the most creative looks, and I love it. It's no secret, I can't get enough of Mel, but she really can do the whole look, top to bottom, face painted, everything.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. Mel Tricks does bring it. Ruby Hyman does too, and she makes a lot of her outfits, and she makes a lot of matching outfits. And so Ruby rocks the sewing machine. Lilith, I agree with too. Best looks, there's so many. There's so many really great stuff. Chelsea Horrendous always does stellar looks, and they're from day and night, like different. Each look is so different, from thumbtacks on her face to being Julia from Hellraiser. Yeah, there's some good people. There's some people that have some great looks out there.
Going back to the drag superstar, there was Lilith Fair with her tent outfit. That was amazing. Of course, just because part of it I made. Monica Bravas outfit in that performance. There was, I don't know, like 10 of them all at once. And out of that, there would be Goblin Dix. She does so many crazy, amazing looks. Mel Tricks. Yes, Mel Tricks. She is such an amazing makeup artist. She does more makeup than I do. I'm too safe. I can see that. And she goes crazy in an amazing way. So.
I have a couple honorable mentions. Speaking of which, Lourdes the Mary Virgin. Because her looks, she does all of her looks and she puts them together, as well as our new girl, Eden Past. She has some bizarre things going on in her brain, and she puts them on stage, and everybody loves them. So Eden and Lourdes as well.
Vanity's never shown up in an outfit that wasn't fantastic either.
Well, the nominees for Best Costume 2017 are Go Fetch,
Yay, go.
Vanity Fair,
Oh, Vanity.
Ruby Hyman, Davina Die For, and Can You Do It?
Oh, nice! Kenya always is amazing.
All right, we're going to do Best Face now. We've kind of already touched on that with costuming. So this is more for the makeup, whether that's, just face makeup or I guess body makeup, right? Tequila won that the first year, and then Mel Tricks won that last year. Let's start with Twiggy this time and see who the nominees for 2017 are.
For Best Face, Chelsea Horrendous, Tashina, Morgan Fair, Mel, of course, but she's already a past winner. But good for you for keeping it up. Davina beat a great mug.
Let other people say something.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, you said who are there? There's so many. We have such a diverse community here.
Yeah.
I'll just let Rosell continue.
Well, one that comes to mind, it's actually improved makeup for me, would be Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ for Best Face.
He's amazing.
He's detained at customs.
Oh my god, sorry, I just totally blocked out there. But yes,
Do we need to come back?
yes, we need to come back.
Who's dragging our heels?
Anybody that knows me knows that for me, Tequila Mockingbird is the quintessential drag face. I love her face. Again, you throw on somebody like, who again, previous winner Mel Trix. I don't think there is another queen in the city that does more diverse, amazing looks than Mel Trix does on a regular basis. And I mean, really, she could totally deserve to win again. As of someone else, I love the Go-Go. I love the Go-Go. She beats a mug, and she's so pretty.
Yes, we call her Go Go Gorgeous for a reason. I have a pick that is new to the drag scene. She's only been doing drag for a hot minute, and that's Honeydew. She's got these fabulous, like, winged eyeliner eyelids and her eyebrows up top. Her whole aesthetic is very doll-like and very like gentle. Honeydew. So Honeydew for sure. Honeydew.
Rosell?
It's John Benet Rams me. That's who I was thinking about.
You confused John Benet Ramsey with Jesus Christ?
I did. Oh my God, so close. They need to be crucified. But yes.
Can't argue with that.
But yes, in the very beginning when I did first see her, I don't know if that was her aesthetic, but her face was not there. It was beat.
I love it when John Benet's face is not here.
But now I've seen her face on pictures in real life. She's
Milk cartons.
beautiful. I think she's. Yes,
And she said most improved face.
Most improved,
I would definitely
yes.
say that was
Well, the nominees for Best Face are Morgan Fair, Mel Trix, Davina Diefor, Chelsea Horrendous,
Hey.
Goblin Dix, and Andra Ginny.
Yay.
Twiggy's friend. We're going to talk hair now. Who's got the best hair? This started off in 2015 with biggest hair, and it went to Fifi LaRue. And then, of course, last year, our current Empress, Ruby Hyman, took that with best hair. So, best hair nominees, let's start with Steven.
Somebody who actually I hadn't really thought of until, honestly, last night's show was Secretia Minora. She really does some, it's not just her makeup, it's not just her outfits, her hair every single time, it's amazing. And like, even last night, like, each look was diverse, each look was different, and I mean, yeah, she borrowed a few wigs even last night when she came out, but I mean, they all look good on her.
Yeah, indeed. I have a rather out there. My out there pick would actually be Jessie Hannibal from the House of Homicidal. That girl can rock her own hair. That's her natural hair that she uses. So, is it the best hair? If it could be, and it's certainly unique that it is her own hair that she uses. Yeah. I would also like to say Tequila. Tequila has the best hair.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tequila's
no one can
wonderful.
really argue with that.
I think whenever I hear best hair, or most hair, or biggest hair, all of the above, I think Vanity Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vanity just has great hair all the time. I've never seen her in bad hair, ever. Well, in maybe. But Vanity Fair's for me.
Yeah.
1900s.
1900s,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, that is actually the same pick for me. Every time I see her, I always ask her how many hair is on her head.
Yeah.
And she doesn't go lower than 3.
Well, Vanity Fair is one of the nominees, and the other nominees for Best Hair are Lola Lamore, Kenya Dewitt, Ruby Hyman, and Secretia Minora.
Yay.
Well, there you go.
Fundraising now. Edmonton, of course, is an amazing city when it comes to giving back, and the drag performers in this city are a big chunk of that. There's been tons of drag events that raise money for charity over the course of a calendar year. So let's start with Twiggy, and let's talk about which is our favorite drag fundraising event of 2016.
Okay, well, I think my first one is Ding 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 Daddy's cancer fundraisers. He does them once or twice a year, and I think he's done 2 this year.
Yeah, he does usually June and October.
June and
And I think between the two of them, it raised $7,500 last year.
Yeah, it's amazing. And there's so many other ones. A couple court shows were fundraisers as well, and I enjoyed them because they were a production and they were raising money for charity.
Mm-hmm.
And Rosell agrees with me. We are unanimous in this.
Dragging our heels.
I wanted to nominated Hollywood Sex Drive for her all ages shows. She has really connected with a whole other audience and a lot of new debuts, and that's kind of where Honeydew came from, and a few others. So I think they've done amazing, and she does them every single month, and she's got them booked all the way up to July. So if you haven't checked one out yet, they're really quite good. The other one that I wanted to mention was the one that GoGo Fetch put on with MAC Cosmetics for Viva La Glam. And I believe that is going to become an annual event, if I'm not mistaken. They agreed that they would allow it to become an annual event. And again, a very worthy cause, and it was a fantastic show.
David?
Yeah, that was a good show, that Viva Glam. So many, I gotta quickly mention this, like 2 really good numbers came out of that show that were certainly still worthy. Fundraising event, I would have to choose the Naughty and Nice pageant put on every year.
Is it because you won?
I did win one year, yeah.
This
And
year.
it's certainly, yeah, well, 2016, yeah.
16, 17, yeah.
And the fundraiser, Naughty and Nice, put on by Lilith Fair, that's for Win House. It's for women escaping domestic violence. And
Yeah.
we love that.
All right, well, our nominees are Hollywood Sex Drive's Dragging Series, Big Daddy's Ding Ding Ding, Fight Against Cancer, Viva La Glamorous, Art in Excess, which was a fundraiser for Artists for Life, the AIDS Walk, and of course Fruit Loop, which happens all the time and raises money for different community groups, is nominated again this year. All right, over the course of a year, we have a lot of drag shows that happen in the city, which is why we do these little award things to recognize some of the individuals that make up those shows. But it's also important to recognize the shows themselves. So now we're going to talk about favorite drag event of the year. Past winners include the Show of Shows 2, the Sequin, and last year's Drink, Pray, Love. So let's start with Rosell and talk about favorite drag event of 2016.
You took my idea. The Sister Mary Clarence show at Drink, Pray, Love. It's always so much fun, lots of craziness, and I'm always usually in it, so.
Yeah, so you like that.
We do too.
We do like those rare times that you come out.
And the category is favorite
Drag event.
Favorite drag event. Okay, well, I still have not been to a Fruit Loop, but I will say Fruit Loop is a pretty good drag event because they promote well, and they always, from what I understand and what I've heard, they're pretty good. Also, the Sunday reviews are my favorites. I am a little biased because, as being Miss Evolution, we want everyone to come to the Sunday show, but I really enjoy the Sunday shows because of their diversity. And court shows. I like all the court production shows, Chicago, Little Shop of Horrors. Over the years, they've done many things. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, that was one of my favorites as well.
Do you know what the court should bring back is nonsense?
Oh, yes, the court is bringing nonsense.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Make sure you check out Nonsense from the Imperial Sovereign Court of the Wild Rose.
Starring Miss Ruby Hunley.
David?
Oh, it's my turn. I'm up next. Best event. I will say Mask for Mask. That is the written play production put on by Lilith Fair that she wrote and directed and starred in. And what else can I say about it? Like, it was such a unique drag experience. Halloween, Christmas drag show, whatever. I was confused by the ending. Not a lot. Yeah.
Christmas.
And one of the only drag events that had a RuPaul girl opening for that.
Right. For it, yes. Yes.
Yeah, Mask for Mask was amazing.
Cherry pop.
Yes, well, it was a good event. It was a good event. This year was probably the worst out of the 3, but that's.
Well, Ferris is upset because Ferris hasn't been nominated.
No, Ferris would be. Yeah, Ferris shouldn't be nominated. For events though, like again, Mask for Mask is amazing. Ants every year is an amazing event. As far as I'm concerned, there is not better drag than those events. Maybe not some of the preliminary rounds, but no, like I mean, when you look at the numbers, like there was not an even remotely bad number in the semifinals and finals. Like I mean, they were amazing.
Really good
So-
and really different.
Anne's was definitely one of my favorites. Homicidal also puts on their movie at a show at the Metro, and we went to Mummy Dearest, and it was wonderful, and not just because of little Mummy Deafest. Oh my God! But we love them. We think they're great.
All right, well, the nominees for favorite drag event for 2016 are Hysteria, put on by Secretion Menorah, Drake Pray Love One Night Only, Mask for Mask, Lila's After School Special, here abbreviated as Lila's Ass, is what I had to think what that meant, and the Stiletto Awards.
Oh, yeah, Stilettos.
All right, now let's talk most improved. This is which performer has improved the most in the last year. Previous winner includes Morgan Fair. Morgan Fair was the winner of most improved last year. Let's start with Twiggy this time.
I like Morgan Fair, and she's still improving, leaps and bounds. She's doing great. There's a few on my list, actually. Lucy Lips, surprisingly enough. Lucy has really brought her game. No, it's surprising to me. I'm sorry, it's just my opinion. JBR, John Benet Ramsey. Some people say she hasn't improved, she's just kind of out of line, but I think she's tried new things. She's snorting those lines, but she's trying new things. You didn't hear that here. So I've got Lucy, JBR, Science Fair, of course. Kat Merlot, she started really strong, and she's bringing it. She's bringing it consistently. So those are my four, I think.
Do we have to have a list? Oh, okay.
Oh, honey, you probably don't even know who these people are.
Roll through.
I would say this is actually the same level as my favorite earlier, Taylor, Goblin Dick. Yes, the first time I've ever seen him perform, toilet papers, I think, pop cans. No, that was at the alley somewhere. She's trying to pick up some money. But yes, no, she has improved so much. And their last performance, both of them, the overdose and that cocaine scene, one of my favorite.
All right, dragging our heels.
Again, I might be a little biased, but I honestly believe that most improved would be none other than Bambi Dextrous. I really do think that a lot of the numbers that she brought out over the last year, the game changers. I really do think that you've done really well. And yes, I voted for you.
She's done brilliantly. She's padded now.
Well, just like Twiggy, you mentioned Lucy Lips, you mentioned JBR. Those names are also on my list as well.
Yeah.
A name that hasn't been spoken yet is Can You Do It? She started off with the Lucy Lips show, and she's been at it for a while, but her makeup's there and her dress wardrobe is always there. So always on point, girl. Always on point. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, are you guys ready to find out who our nominees are?
Yeah.
The nominees for most improved are Lucy Lips, My Addiction, Dixon Cunts, John Benet Ramsey, Bambi Dextrous, and No Vagina. Time now for Best Choreography. Now, for some reason, we didn't do Best Choreography last year. The previous winner was 2015 Chanel to Shanae.
Oh, yes.
But Rosell, why don't you talk about who you think had the best hashtag choreographies of last year?
It's 2016.
2016. I would. Alyssa.
Alyssa Edwards?
Alyssa Edwards, yes.
I wonder if she'll come and get her award.
No? Oh, okay. Well, no, there were actually a few that I could remember. I don't know if it was this year, but they're gone. There was a couple of choreography queens, and they were, I think, yeah, they were at there was Venus.
Yeah. Venus, yeah.
Yes, Venus. And, yeah, she was amazing. I wish she would come back to Canada. But yes, she was
Venus,
one of my
the drag
favorite.
superstar. Twiggy, who do you think?
Choreographies. Homicidal, the House of Homicidal, they always put a lot into either an opening number, a closing number, or even the middle thing. But their choreography is always interesting and different. It's not typical, which I really like. The Queens of the Orient, I enjoyed their choreography. The new Queens of the Orient 2.0.
2.0.
Yes, which is a couple new members. I enjoyed their stuff when they put it together.
Did we see Queens of the Orient in 2016?
2.0.
Or was-
Yeah.
Yeah. Choreographies. There's lots of people that do it. All the court shows, I quite enjoy those, and different people choreograph them. So I'm not sure of the names, like to throw a name out there, but I'll just put the Imperial Sovereign Court of the Wild Rose court shows. I like their choreography. And mine, of course, in any of the Twiggy shows. I like to put together the
Our
versions.
number.
Very well, our number was lovely. We had choreographies by Rosell. And yeah, that's it for me.
Dragging Our Heels? Let's start with David.
Okay, oh, I've got a couple. Melinda Verga.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
She and I, we first met when she was doing her Ladies of Broadway Sunday review. And that's when I first learned she's a dancer and shows. So Melinda Verga would be choice number one. And second is Tiffany T. Valentine. And she's actually a dancer. She's a dancer of her own right. And she's not out very often these days now. She isn't. And I don't know, I can't recall if she's had a lot of performances in 2016. But Tiffany T., she's a dancer, and we all see her for choreography.
I have a few. As you were talking about Homicidal, Lilith does most of the choreography for them. I mean, just on her
And
own
Chelsea.
as well, and Chelsea does as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lilith, you know, when you look at the things she did in Anne's and everything else, like
And Mask for Mask.
yeah, oh exactly. As you said, the court shows. I mean, the choreography for Little Shop of Horrors that I saw, I mean, it was amazing.
great.
You know what I mean? For individuals outside of them, you, as you said, Davina, I really think has stepped up her choreography this year. She's really started putting in a lot more dance moves. And then, of course, again, science.
Eyes on your own papers, everybody. The nominees for Best Choreography, Science Fair. Tiffany T. Valentine, Melinda Verga, Davina Dyfor, and Twiggy. Now, the performers in the city have a wide spectrum of theatricality on stage, and we've seen some pretty amazing stuff since we've been open here, and especially this last year. So let's start over with Twiggy, and who is the most theatrical drag performer?
There are so many. But I'm going to say Goblin Dix, Eden Past, and Science Fair, and one more, Lourdes of the Mary Virgin. Because Lourdes she brings so many things, so many elements, and it's very theatrical, and most of her stuff is for smart people. No offense to the dumb people, but they won't understand. So it's okay.
Rosell? Remember when you were theatrical?
I do remember that.
Come on, don't just came up with
I agree with the Goblin Dix, Lourdes the Mary Virgin, and Chelsea Horrendous as well. But if for theatrical numbers, I would say Lilith Fair's drag superstar, and also Go Fetch drag superstar performances there.
For sure.
Someone that I haven't heard a whole lot mentioned yet tonight, and I think Bull is amazing. Whether he's doing Deshaun Rampage or whether he's doing Bulldozer, it's amazing what he does.
Theatrical.
Yes, he is, and the passion he puts into each performance, and the number he did for Mask, and that last suicide number he did, which was I guess this year or whatever. But he's so good, and I don't think he gets talked about nearly enough. He really is amazing.
David?
We haven't talked about Bianca Lovegood yet. I love Bianca Lovegood.
Love, good.
How many times can I say love in this segment? But no, she pulls out these
Her penis.
the most bizarre numbers and the most I mean, endearing in the best way. Endearing. So I would say Bianca Lovegood, and another honorable mention is Midna Terrors.
Yeah.
Midna Terrors, who also debuted this year, 2016. She pulls out the best, or very theatrical costuming and designs, and just wacky numbers.
I did mention Bianca's penis. That performance, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. I died. I wanted to take that penis.
How many times are you going to talk about penis or goblin dicks
And
tonight?
she was just like, I'm all for goblin
I'm
dicks.
all for goblin. There we know you are. Now, of course, our first winner for most theatrical 2 years ago was Godiva. Goblin Dicks took last year. And this year's nominees are Goblin Dicks again, John Benet Ramsey, Mel Trix, Davina Diefor, and Lilith Fair.
Hey.
Funniest performer. There have been some performances that have made me just absolutely howl this past year. So we're going to see if your guys' nominees pick or match mine, I guess. Lilith was the first winner of that, of course, and there's no surprise that Lilith was quite funny. Lourdes won last year, so it was 2 years in a row for the House of Homicidal. Will they get 3? I guess we're going to find out. Twiggy?
I think one of the funniest queens I know is sitting right beside me, Rosell. Because when she does her Mrs. Swan, and when she does her, and that chicken number it still had me.
That was cool.
I still don't. And
You have no idea how many times housekeeping still comes up.
housekeeping is, so Rosell and funny that makes me laugh. Bianca Lovegood. Yeah, those are mine too. Rosell and Bianca Lovegood.
Well, this is gonna sound like a setup, but Twiggy's Mana Mana.
Oh, that's
With
not
the-
funny. That's very serious.
It's so cute and funny. It is serious. And then, of course, Bianca Lovegood with that penis.
You're obsessed with Bianca Lovegood's penis. You want to gobble that dick.
With some cocaine.
Stephen?
I mean, I just want to say Lilith, but that's kind of a cop-out. She is.
Science is pretty fun.
Science is funny.
Yeah.
But actually the one that kind of really has surprised me this year was Dicks and Cunts. She's actually done quite a few numbers that have just made me absolutely roar. But out of individual numbers that I have seen you react to the most, number one would be Quinn Wade and Kim Pizzy when they did the mashed potato. Like, I have never seen you laugh like that. And your reaction to Bambi when she did the naughty number.
Steven!
Right? But anyway, yeah, I mean, there's been so many good numbers this year. But I mean, it's not just because, she's my mother. But yeah, Lilith.
A good call on the Dixon Cunts. I'm glad you mentioned that. So good, Dixon. And Sister Mary Clarence, she makes me laugh whenever she's on the microphone, whenever she's on a stage. And like, some of it's her drunken antics, some of it's her rolling off the stage in a wheelchair 2 years ago. And that happened. And,
It was a
and
gift.
I also really have to give a shout out to Ruby Hyman. Ruby Hyman's the 2016 Ands and Plastic Bag. You can always think of one that's like a really good Ruby Hyman number. And when she does her cake and horror shows, she's always got something up her sleeve, like the Thanksgiving show, dress up as a turkey. Yeah. And I realized watching these videos back, it's always Ruby Hyman who really makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to Bianca Lovegood, because Bianca Lovegood has had me jumping up and down laughing. Like when she raped that person with that giant crayon during the lip sync battle show, or her Hello from the Other Side seance number. But the nominees for funniest drag performer are Lilith Fair, Bianca Lovegood, Lourdes the Mary Virgin, John Benet Ramsey, Sister Mary Clarence, and Ruby Hyman.
Hey.
Now, of course, shadiest performer could be a category, but we wanted to keep these awards positive.
Right.
So we have nicest performer. Because let's be honest, we all know who the shadiest performer is.
Yes, we do.
The nicest performer started off with Amber Coles.
Oh, yes.
And I think that was, nobody knew her. They didn't really know her that well. And last year, of course, Christy Healy. Christy Healy was last year's nicest performer, and I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
But let's start with Twiggy and talk about who is the nicest performer
I
now.
think the nicest performer won Miss Nice, so it's definitely Bambi for me. Yeah, I think that's it. You're probably one of the nicest. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anyone else, and I can't.
Well, thank you.
So you're welcome.
I would say Lourdes. She doesn't talk much, but when she does, she's actually very, very sweet.
Ferris doesn't talk much.
Maybe on to you. Ferris?
I may be a little biased, but as far as I'm concerned, there is one answer to this question, and that is Bambi Dextrous.
Yay!
Bambi, are you going to vote for yourself? Because that's not very nice.
Yeah, I can't just vote for myself. I'm gonna vote for Twiggy. Isn't it?
Just
because, you know.
Young nice, old nice.
Nice.
Sugar and spice.
Well, the nominees for nicest performer are My Addiction,
Oh.
Bambi Dextrous, Twiggy,
Oh.
Gigi,
Oh, Gigi.
Chelsea Horrendous, and Ivy League.
Oh,
The nominees for Performance of the Year, the single best solo drag performances of 2016. These include Bianca Lovegood, Hello from the Other Side, Kat Marlowe, Reasons to Vote for Me, Chelsea Horrendous, Gun Control,
oh, yeah, that was
Twiggy, Liza with a Z.
really.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Lourdes the Very Virgin as Hillary Clinton, Science Fair as Cheap Thrills, Lilith Fair, The Party, that's the drag orgy number, and Lilith Fair, My Oh My from Anne's 2016.
Turned out.
All right, and of course, our final category every year at the Stilettos is Performer of the Year. That is the single best drag performer in the city for that calendar year, as voted on by the general public. Our first winner was Rosell Kristina, who went on to become our first Miss Evolution. Last year's winner was Tiara Masu, who was our reigning drag superstar at the time. So it does make sense that those two were considered Performer of the Year. Now, when we go around this time, I only want one name from each of you, but give a reason with it too. So let's start with Twiggy.
Only one name. I have a few, so I'm just going to say one name. Godiva. Because I just enjoy every performance that I've ever seen her do is a performance. So that's my choice is Godiva.
Vanity Fair.
Do you have a reason?
No.
Fair.
Did she pay you to say that?
No.
Vanity and Godiva are amazing. You're not going to get any arguments from me there. David?
Okay, I'll go first. I was hoping to go last. I don't know why. I'm gonna say John Benet Ramsey, because John Benet and I started at the same time. We started at Eagle at the same time, and I just see him growing so much and him like becoming this major powerhouse. So John Benet for being a powerhouse and being likable so much.
We meant power bottom, right?
Oh, did I?
This is probably not going to come as a surprise to anyone. Yeah, right? But close. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see how somebody else could win. Maybe that sounds terrible, but Lilith Fair. I mean, she won Anne's. You know what I mean? The shows that she's put on with Mask, every single number that she does is memorable. And for a queen that's gone half the year, like
She's still.
she's unbelievably memorable. And as I said, I don't think anyone else has had the year that she has had. So for that, I would say Lilith Fair.
I think there's absolutely no doubt that Lilith is an absolutely incredible performer. I wonder if sometimes that works against people when it comes to the nominations. For those of you who don't know how these nominations were done, it was done from our Facebook group of the drag performers, right? So I think a lot of people sometimes think that someone's guaranteed until they nominate someone else. Because Lilith actually didn't make the list, and Lilith is an absolutely amazing performer. But our nominees for Performer of the Year for 2016 are Sister Mary Clarence, Vanity Fair, Twiggy, Lourdes the Mary Virgin, John Benet Ramsey, Chelsea Horrendous, and Secretia Minora. Alright, everyone, but those are the nominees for the Stiletto Awards. The Stiletto Awards are coming up Easter Sunday. Doors will be probably 8 o'clock because it's a big show. It's going to be fantastic. We have a lot of our local favorites performing, as well as we're going to be presenting all these awards and crowning the new Miss Evolution. Who is it going to be? You're going to have to be there to find out. Now, the way that you can vote is every single category is going to have their own voting link. It's going to have these nominees, and every category is also going to have a place for you to pick somebody else. If you think that the Academy of Drag Performers missed the ball and absolutely ignored somebody that should have been nominated, you have the chance to do it. And if enough people write in, then you're going to have that chance to overturn. It's only going to be voting online. Voting is going to be starting towards the end of this week. Categories are going to roll out over the course of the first couple of weeks, and voting will go up until the end of March. So there'll be lots of time to vote, and even for the drag performers to campaign if they want. Twiggy, Rosell, Stephen, David, thanks for joining us here tonight, and we're looking forward to some fantastic drag in 2017.
Yay! Yay!
Bye, Felicia's.